Hey guys, welcome to Virginia, where we are in a park. Let me get my glove on. This is Longbridge Park, or say Boeing Field at Longbridge Park. The Boeing Corporation named this field. They paid $10 million to name this field for the naming rights. And this is a public park used by my son's soccer team, alongside the railroad tracks to Washington, D.C., and Ronald Reagan National Airport, where we're going to see some planes take off. So that's Reagan National Airport. No trains coming. It's not an international, it's a national. Hey, how's it going? Meaning you can only fly to places in the U.S. You can't fly overseas. There's a plane taking off now. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. There he goes. There he goes. It is early evening. Sunset was just a few minutes ago, but it's still got a hint of light. It's like 5 o'clock. Yeah, so the sun is set, but it's still light out, so I guess that's technically called twilight, right? When you can't see the sun, but you still see the light. So, hey, Spike, welcome to the Twilight Zone. I mean, technically it is the Twilight Zone. So, England tonight, Arsenal 1-4-1 in London in front of 2,000 fans over today. I was watching that earlier. My youngest son, is having a socially distanced practice right here on this field here. My older son doesn't play club football anymore. He only plays for his school, but the school is not playing right now. Though he does do private training. He has a private coach from Hong Kong who still does virtual training sessions with him once or twice a week. We like our coach in Hong Kong. He doesn't take any guff from the boys. Makes them stretch. It's not that cold. I mean, it's in the 50s. It's like 11 or 12 Celsius right now. Hey, welcome to Periscope. You're at National Airport in Virginia. These are the train tracks from Washington. I'm surprised we haven't had a train go by. Usually there's quite a few coming out at rush hour. The Pentagon is over on the other side over there. This is Boeing's Washington headquarters. Boeing paid $10 million for the naming rights of this field. They painted the word Boeing all over the field. So every plane that comes into the airport, you look outside and you see Boeing. Now, why does that matter? Because the Pentagon is right over there. And the Pentagon buys a lot of Boeing products. Engines and helicopters and planes and all that. Speaking of, there's a plane taking off right now. Probably an Airbus or a 737. Windy. It's going to be windy here in a bit. Hey, bonsoir, France. Oh, we have a train. The train. This will likely be a Virginia commuter train coming to drop off people in Northern Virginia who work in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. Union Station is only about 5 minutes from here by train. The 787 MAX, there was just had an order today. In fact, that's why my Boeing stock went through the roof. Oh my God, the president. Guys, you can't see it, but there's two. There they are. Is that him? No, those are Hueys. But those are white tops. Those are presidential helicopters. But they're probably just carrying staff. No, Boeing stock was up. God, it was up 7% today, something like that. I don't know. It was crazy. I made some money today. I bought Boeing. I bought Marriott. A couple other stocks that I thought were depressed because of this. This is a Virgin. Or is this an Amtrak? It's an Amtrak. So that's an Amtrak, and Joe Biden goes the other direction, but yes, he does take Amtrak pretty much every day. Joe Biden's Amtrak went north. This is a southbound train heading to Richmond, Virginia. This park is actually really good for train spotting. I've got like a dozen train spotting videos I've made that I've never uploaded. Yeah, Amtrak is actually pretty good out here. The reason, well, not so much this intersection, but the tracks from Washington, D.C. to Boston are all owned by Amtrak. So there was one, that was a diesel. It's electric on the other side. So from Washington to Boston is all electric. And it's all owned by Amtrak. So, of course, Amtrak has priority on which trains go where when they want. So the trains actually, and they have to share these tracks with commuter rails and stuff like that. So they're actually quite good over here. Now, Amtrak in other parts of the country, including these tracks right here, are shared with freight train companies, or as they say in England, a goods train. And that means the goods trains have priority for track usage. And I don't see any freight trains right now, but we usually do see a big freight train go by every now and then. So let's walk down. So there's a sub shop down here called Jimmy John's, and Jimmy John's is a chain. I think there's probably about 2,000 Jimmy John's across the country. And Jimmy John's actually started in the town where I grew up. In fact, the founder of Jimmy John's used to make subs for me. Yeah, freaky fast. So the CEO and founder of Jimmy John's used to come over to the bicycle shop where I worked in my hometown. He had a Schwinn Varsity. Remember that? Yellow Schwinn Varsity. Then he sold it and bought a red Corvette. Because the sub business was very, very good. But I actually really like the bread. Jimmy John's bread is really good. So we got to walk through this area. This is known as Crystal City. My son's classmate's father built most of these buildings. He was the developer behind Crystal City. But now Crystal City is going to become Amazon HQ2. Bit hard. It can be hard, but if it's soft, it's really good. It tastes good. It has a good taste. Hello, there's some scooters. I don't know what scooters those are. Vespa or something? I don't think so. So now we're going to walk into Crystal City. I'm walking south, since some of you were asking. That way is the Pentagon. So there you can see the Boeing fields. Privet, Russia. You are in Crystal City, Virginia, which is next to the U.S. Pentagon, the Pentagon and National Airport in Washington, D.C. And we're going to go get a sandwich. Well, my kid's at football practice. Soccer, I guess you could say. I looked it up as about a mile walk, so it's going to take about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Hey, Liverpool, how's it going there? You guys are in lockdown, that's right? You're like phase 3 or something in Liverpool, I think. Now, I am wearing a mask. Masks are mandatory in public here. Haven't been since COVID. Oh, what a bummer. Tier 2 in Liverpool. I know. Watched the Arsenal game tonight, and they had fans. It was kind of funny the way the fans were seated. Like every third seat, there was a fan. It looked like my kid would sort of set it up. Is it like Australia? Well, we both speak English, but Australia has really big snakes and alligators and other things that kill you. It's kind of similar. No good dumplings, man. It's just rough. I made dumplings the other night. They were okay. It's funny, people ask, in some ways Hong Kong is more American than a city like London. I'm not really sure why. I mean, it's complicated. But like living in Hong Kong is like living in an American Chinatown, because you can get so many American goods, foods, and stuff like that. Living in London, well, everybody speaks English and it seems more like America, but you can't get all the things from America in London. Like when you walk into a drugstore in London, like a Boots, you're like, what the hell is this? I mean, it's just weird. I hate Boots, by the way. It's like fluffy stuff. American drugstores are kind of like convenience stores with medication and like power tools, you know? But a Boots is like some sort of fancy beauty supply store that happens to have a pharmacist. Mystic Falls. You know, the iPhone 12 is doing a really good job pulling in every little bit of light it can. So we're shooting with an iPhone 12 Pro. The reason I bought it was for the nighttime camera. TSP. Which seems to be doing well. What time is this? About a little bit after 5 o'clock in the evening. Sunset was about 4:45 tonight. And it's about 20, 30 minutes ago. So you see there's still a hint of the sun. I think technically we call that twilight, where the sun has set but it's still bright out. Yeah, I always get new phones. The thing is, when you have kids and you take pictures of kids, you want the absolute best quality you can find, because these are literally once in a lifetime moments. So I don't want to have like a year-old phone or a 2-year-old phone. Why I'm in Virginia, not Hong Kong? Good story. Well, so about 2 years ago, we came over to the United States on a temporary assignment. And due to COVID, we're still here. We're not allowed to go back to our headquarters in Hong Kong, and we're sort of stuck here. Now, my kids have been accepted to one of the top private schools in the country here in the United States. And they are doing, well, my older one is, they're both straight A students. My older one is a straight A plus student, yeah? And he's an A plus student at a school that has a pretty amazing track record. Try Twitch. I can't get my username on Twitch. So we actually are having pretty serious discussions on what we're going to do. Hello, Turkey. I was in Turkey about 1 year ago exactly. Just Istanbul Airport, which the new one. The new airport in Istanbul is, well, mental. No, St. Albans. St. Albans School, which is where Al Gore went. It's where a couple congressmen go. It's where a lot of money people go. Hello, Ireland. I just randomly watched a video from Dublin. 2 videos from Dublin the other day. One was the Krispy Kreme donut shop opening in Dublin and the near riot-like situation it created because the Irish are crazy for Krispy Kreme. And the second was a video of the Dublin airport. Yeah, it is a lot. It is not a cheap school. Now, this has actually got a lot of running area, healthy areas. My wife says that every school should be like this and you shouldn't have to pay. And I'm like, well, that's the nice dream. Yeah, so the video I watched was the Dublin Airport Fire Department has new garage doors that open in like a second. Literally, like, beep, and all the doors are open. And I don't know why that video popped up in my YouTube. I think because I was searching for garage door opener repair or something. And then this video came up of the Dublin Airport Fire Department doors. And then from that, the next recommended was Krispy Kreme donuts open in Dublin. That's like, okay, Let's just go with it, yeah? I'm a Trumpster. Yeah, right. I voted for myself. I vote for myself all the time. So I voted for myself this time. I voted for myself last time. I haven't actually checked up if I got how many. I got one vote. I don't know if my wife voted for me. You know, when my kid was a little kid, we used to watch YouTube videos of fire trucks responding. He just couldn't get enough of it. Well, maybe it was me that couldn't get enough of it, and I just made him watch too. YouTube is filled with like fire truck videos. People go, I don't know, there's this like weird subset of people that just want to see fire trucks rolling down the street with the sirens on. Hey, turkey. You know, I've tried YouTube, I've tried Twitch, I've tried Periscope and Facebook, but the thing is, as far as community engagement, Periscope has pretty much all the others beat. The low latency of Periscope for community chat is much better than, say, YouTube, which YouTube can be like 30 seconds delay sometimes. On Twitch I can't get my username because I registered my username on an old email account and they won't let me switch, and I've begged and pleaded and moaned and I can't do it. On Facebook Live, I don't really like the square. I like shooting in 16 by 9 landscape, not the portrait mode or the square mode on Facebook Live. I mean, the other thing is I just have so many more followers here. I have, 50,000 followers here, 25,000 on Twitter. And my Facebook page has 200, 400, 500, I think. And my YouTube has got 2,000. So I just stay with Periscope. I haven't tried much on Facebook. Mostly I just upload my old videos on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, Penguin6. But it's mostly my Instagram stuff. Also Penguin6. Oh, this is that pizza place where you can make your own pizza. We the Pizza. Not today. My Twitter is Penguin6. I'm pretty much Penguin6 everywhere except Twitch. On Twitch I'm called the Penguin6. Because I'm actually also Penguin6 on Twitch, but I can't get access to that account. So you only see like 15-year-old videos that I uploaded to Justin TV 15 years ago before it got bought. Over there is Lockheed Martin and then Bell Helicopter. Because we're near the Pentagon, these are where all the big defense contractors have their offices. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Justin TV. Old school. I don't remember what Seinfeld's pizza place was called. So Justin TV got bought out by Twitch, and they sent out an email saying, if you want your Justin TV email account to become your Twitch name, you must send us an email by June 1st, 2011 or something like that. And of course, that ended up in just about everybody's spam filter. Nobody really got it. So I'm like, and they're like, oh, you missed the deadline. And I'm like, come on, dudes. And they're like, no, you missed the deadline. I'm like, ugh, whatever. So I've been dealing with Twitch for about 4 years, trying to get my username free. Because sometimes I do multi-stream using Restream.io, and I'll stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope all at the same time. It's just difficult to get the comments back when you're like on multiple platforms. Guys, we're almost at Jimmy John's. Not that I'm going to be able to actually eat it. Maybe I should get like a bottled soda, because I'm going to have to schlep this sucker back to the field to eat it. Crystal City. Face covering required to ride the bus. You have to have a mask. Okay, we got like multiple red lights here. It's a bit silly. Destroy the humans. got that like Cylon white. That's actually, I think, a natural gas bus. I don't think that runs on petrol. They put those on as a way to sort of tell people this is the city bus is coming, not just some other bus. I am very impressed by the iPhone 12's lighting. We don't have any of those security robots. I haven't seen any of those here. I've seen those in California before. Whoa. Things just moved. Things just moved in that garden. I hate rats. Now there's more over here too. Ugh. Fucking rats. DC's become inundated with rats. Jimmy John's, Jimmy John. The lights are on. Open for dine in. Yeah, I'm not dining in. Good luck with that, guys. Whew. How's it going, man? Can I get a bootlegger? No mayonnaise, no tomato, no cheese, and a large soda, yeah? To go. Correct.
Anything else?
Large soda, please. Okay. So how's your daytime business? Down a lot?
Yeah, definitely, since a lot of people are teleworking. It's gotten a lot better, but this holiday season is typical.
Yeah.
A lot of people are traveling and have plenty of food in the fridge from the holidays, so this time is generally really slow.
Oh, even in a good year, this is not.
Yeah, even in a good year. So
Everybody's got turkey.
right.
Well, hopefully.
Well, what's normal now?
Yeah. That's what I was telling people. I said it feels like Christmas right now.
Yeah.
Just walking around. Freaky fast. La 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 la. Ah, crap. No tacos around here. No, like, there's a Korean taco place. Yeah, it is fast. I don't need the bag. Cool. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yep. See it. But because whatever the Foo Fighters were playing or whoever that was, I now have to like clip that audio when I upload this to YouTube. Actually, I had to prop it up on something because I've got a case on my iPhone 12 that is not smooth. It's kind of annoying. I need to get a new case because I have this really nice, like $100 lens, an anamorphic lens for my iPhone, a moment lens, but I can't find it. I lost it. I don't know where the hell the thing is. It's like, it's the size of a golf ball. I can't find it. So I'm pretty annoyed about that. I've been looking around my house, my bags. I don't know where it is. And if I don't find it, then, well, there's no point in buying the new case, yeah? But by the same token, I don't want to give up hope. I did lose that lens. It sucks. Rest of it. The DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, is an American law that basically says if you use any copyright material it gets taken, the copyright holder gets a cut or gets to control it. So let's say I uploaded this video to YouTube. Because of that 30 seconds of music, the record label can go to YouTube and demand all revenue from this video. Yeah? They can go to Periscope and say, take this video off your channel. They're like, why? Because in his 1 hour video, he had 30 seconds of our music. It's just like, F you. Yeah? So, but that's the world we live in, because the big music labels and the video, TV, movie industry, they basically own the Congress. So the Congress passes it. So basically, anytime you do anything on YouTube or any other social media that might even remotely touch on somebody else's copyright, they come after you like a ton of shit. It sucks. It just sucks. As a small creator, it sucks. That's why the demand is so big for non-copyright music. Like NCS, non-copyright sounds, is one of the big YouTube channels. And like some of their music, they let you use in YouTube videos. And the most famous was a song called Faded by Alan Walker. Yeah? So he put it out for free. Said anyone can use this in any way they want. And so all the guys who were doing like Fortnite videos on YouTube, they used it, Faded as the music. Yeah? And it became like mega popular. So mega popular that Sony went in and bought the frickin' music rights. And then they went out to all the YouTubers who had used it over the years and said, we now control all your money. It's like, dicks. Yeah, I get DMCA takedowns all the time from dipshits. I made a video once. Oh, this is even better. So I made a video once of this thing in Hong Kong. And I get contacted by this organization called Storyful. And they're like, we'd like to market your video nationwide, worldwide. We'll give you credit, da-da-da. So, yeah, whatever, so okay. Then, like 2 years ago, I get this YouTube copyright hit. They're like, you used a video that is the property of Storyful. And I'm like, the F? I freaking have the rights. Those bastards are trying to reclaim what I gave them the right to use. And then Storyful apologized. Oh, sorry. Like, dumbasses. So now when they ask me, can we use your video? I'm just like, get stuffed. Dog. I just read a story in the BBC about divorces during COVID. How they're kind of on the upswing because everybody's locked in the same room together. So I was telling my wife about this story. And she's like, are you thinking of divorce? And I'm like, I would never think of divorce. Homicide, on the other hand, well, that's something different. Yeah, anamorphic lens is like the thing that gives you those black bars on the top and the bottom of the screen in sort of this cinematic widescreen. It really looks cool. And the one I had actually did some flare. So like when these headlights would come by, there'd be like some prism effects on it. It was $110 or something. I bought this lens and I can't freaking find it. I'm so annoyed. So, actually, no, now that I think about it, maybe it's in my drone bag. The bag where I keep my drone. I don't know, but that's back at my house. So, it'll turn up eventually, yeah. I hope. So, the kids are in online school only this week. Saturday, my youngest gets another COVID test at the school, and if they clear the COVID test, they'll let them go back in. I have not been to well, Amazon has a bookstore here, like a physical brick and mortar bookstore. And then they have a Whole Foods, of course, which is Amazon. But I haven't been to a true Amazon, like, no contact, just grab and go kind of a supermarket yet. You grew up in Arlington. Okay, well, you know where we're at. This has actually gotten kind of trendy lately, more so Pentagon City. You go to Pentagon City, you won't recognize anything. So to my left is a neighborhood called Pentagon City, and that neighborhood has exploded. They've basically bulldozed down every parking lot and crappy apartment that was there and built giant towers now. So it's very trendy. These are both very short distance from Washington. So one from here, Crystal City, Pentagon City, Pentagon, and then the next stop is here in Washington, D.C. on the subway. Who lives in these? Oh, yeah, government workers. Amazon is moving down here. This will be Amazon's headquarters, this area. So Amazon employees, mostly government workers. Now this reminds me of Hong Kong and China. Army Navy Drive is a little bit farther off. I was actually watching Magnus play chess today. Magnus Carlsen was in a tournament. Do they like living here? I think the people that like living here are like young, single professionals working in nearby buildings. They can walk to work, they can walk to the restaurants and stuff. Hey, see you later. Some of these towers are residential, but most of these here, this is residential, but these are like offices. That's Booz Allen Hamilton. Oh, in the 80s, that's when they first built this place. I was just telling people that the guy who built this, his son goes to school with my son. He's actually a really nice fella. Knows a ton about. That was cool. Oh, somebody just said password to me. I think it was the machine. Hey, London. I saw the Arsenal 141 tonight in London with fans. That was kind of interesting to see the Emirates with fans tonight. I may be in London this summer. So we're going to Hong Kong. I think I've told you guys that. I'm probably going to Hong Kong this summer. But on the way back, my son wants to meet his mate, who's at Cambridge right now, at a school in Cambridge. And if he comes to Hong Kong, we don't think they'll be in Hong Kong at the same time. So I thought if we flew back through London, we could meet up in Cambridge and my kids could see each other. But it's up in the air. I don't know if they were moderated. I didn't moderate you. A gimbal? You know, I'm actually pretty good at walking with just my hand. When I walk with a gimbal, you still get the up-down motion, you still get this motion, and it's very, very heavy. Yes, that's the thing. When we go to Hong Kong, we're going to go into quarantine for 14 days. I'm going to be locked in a hotel room with my kids for 14 days. God, it's going to be rough. I mean, a small hotel room. We're going to be sitting on top of each other for 14 days. I'm just going to sleep. I'm just going to try to sleep as much of the 14 days as I can. Then we're free. But by the time we're free, the kid from England would be arriving, and he would go into 14-day quarantine. So, yeah, I've seen those new, like, Osmo. Those look pretty cool. Yeah, those little tiny ones. But not sure if they work with Periscope. I'll have to try it. Honestly, I've been spending so much money this month. I just renovated my house. So like this year, I put in new heat pumps, I put in a new roof, I painted the whole flipping place, I put in some new pipes, and I've got a bunch of other stuff I still have to do. I've spent a ton of cash this year on my house. So buying like a new Osmo or a new drone, which is also on my shopping list, just there. Not really there. I did also buy a new TV. I just bought a new QLED, Samsung QLED TV for my house. I bought it I bought it, I put it in the house. I'm thinking of bringing it to the apartment and then taking the TV from the apartment to the house. But I haven't quite decided because it's big. It's like 65 inch. And in my little apartment, that would be huge. So my TV from Hong Kong was 55 inches, which was fine for Hong Kong. It's a little small in my house, but we'll see. I don't really watch that much TV. The house looks really good now. I've got a few more repairs, and then I have to decide what to do with the house. Because right now I'm supporting an apartment, a mortgage, and if we go back to Hong Kong, I'll have a house again there. It's just like a ton of cash, just so much cash every month. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my house. We're not sure what our friends are going to do in Hong Kong. Last year, most of them stayed in Hong Kong for the summer. It just wasn't worth the hassle of traveling. This year, if they're all vaccinated, maybe they will travel. It's kind of crazy. So we're back to Boeing Field. Maybe we'll see another train. My soda's going to be all watered down, I suspect. I like the house, but the problem with the house is that it's on the water. I mean, some of you guys have seen, views from my house. It's on the water, which means I get just horrendous weather. Horrendous. Like hurricane weather every year. And it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot of stuff to deal with. Sometimes I just think, maybe we should just sell it. Make a nice profit on it. We started at 5. I think we go to 6:30 tonight. So there's a plane coming in, the National up ahead. You're going to see a plane cross over the scene in just a few seconds. Yeah, I'll get a vaccination, sure. There it is. We got our flu shots about a month ago. So that's National Airport over there. Hey, Saudi, how's it going? The U.S. Capitol is over there. In fact, you can't see it, but at the tip of my straw, that's the U.S. Capitol building. The White House is straight ahead behind the Washington Monument. You should be able to see the Washington Monument. That's the big stick, as my kids call it. The big stick that's straight ahead. Kind of behind. I'll get behind these lights. You'll see it in a minute. Pentagon's off to my left. You're going to hear the kids screaming. Ooh. No trains right now. So the Washington Monument is straight ahead. You can see the big stick. You see the Capitol, the Washington Monument, yeah. Midnight. You should go to bed in Saudi. It's late. It's about 5 or 6 o'clock here. It's going on 6. It's approaching 6. So my kid's playing football over there, soccer. That's the Boeing fields at Longbridge Park. And we're up here on the walkway. 5:40, there we go. Ooh, no trains. No, soccer. I don't know where he is. He's one of these kids. He's wearing blue. Yeah, this park is actually new. And then they're building a giant pool down here at the end. Then we're going to open the pool next year. A big public swimming pool. That's the airport over there. Yeah, Aquatic Center, I guess that's the appropriate title. But now they're going to have a water park. Ooh. A conditional PhD admission. Congratulations. What school? What school are you going to go get your PhD? Ooh, ones. We have a runner. Yeah, there are a lot of runners. No, the Dulles Airport is out about 30 miles that way. This is National Airport. This is Reagan and King Fahd University, chemistry. I got a Jimmy John sub. So there's a plane coming into National. So there's my sub right here. It's in my pocket. I got the bootlegger. The bootlegger is the roast beef and turkey with a few veggies. It's a little bit cool for walking. I have gloves on, but that's because my hands are exposed. Okay, guys. Whew. I'm going to go back to my car and eat this. Where should I walk? Oh, that's National. Jimmy John's is fast. Yeah, it does seem like yesterday. Freaky fast. Alrighty. Let's go. Oh, that's bright. I am not a PhD holder, but my father is. And I have a JD, which is a legal Juris Doctorate, which is a law degree. Not quite the same in academia, though. All right, guys, here we go. Washington Monument. Ta-da! And with that, folks, I'm going to sign off and go eat my sub. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Check me out, YouTube, Penguin6, Twitter, Penguin6, Instagram, Penguin6, wherever else you get your social media. I'm usually there. All right, guys, see you later. And I'm definitely going to wash my hands.